The mother cheetah just gave birth to 2 to 5 cubs, and man are they useless. Blind, soft, hopeless, helpless, and embarrassingly lightweight, with a mass of 1 pound. Put 3 small apples together and there you go. You have the total mass of a newborn cheetah. Nature, in its usual sarcastic, unamusing murderous predispositions, will leave them in that state of complete vulnerability for more than 10 days. Now, a human baby in your typical nursing care institution where you can soil yourself in peace and enjoy undeserved attention and fondness from everyone around you. 10 days of vulnerability may not seem like much, but in the wild animal ecosystem where the neighbors are very anxious to meet you and can't wait to know what you taste like, it will feel like an excruciatingly long time. And the mother cheetah is well aware of the rampant homicidal lunacy so characteristics of the neighbors, which is why she hides the cubs in tall grass. After 10 days, the cubs gain their eyesight and can witness for themselves the unforgiving world they live in. 6 weeks later, the animal starts being a bit more like a beast. Razor-sharp teeth and claws are decently developed, it becomes much more massive, a proper predator. Along with its new acquired skill sets, it starts being a little disrespectful to people around. Not so long ago the cheetah was a snack, but now it is curious to know how good you taste. At that point, the young predator is ready to follow its mother during hunting expeditions. A lovely tradition in the African savannah during which your neighbor will run after you with maniacal determination and the willingness to demonstrate the most horrifying type of tough love. That all seems well and good for the cheetah, but not really, because those expeditions introduce the animal to high chances of mortality. This for 3 reasons. It is a predator, true, but within the predatory world it is not exactly the prodigal son, the sharpest knife in the kitchen. Truthfully, it is fair to allege that its skills are bullshit. Compared to pretty much all carnivores around, it will be routinely pushed around by both hunters and prey. Second, their low genetic diversity makes them vulnerable to a vast swath of disease. Third, the mother may gobble up the cub herself because there isn't enough food for everyone. This is objectively a great overreaction to poverty. At around age 2, the cheetah reaches the peak of physical maturity, at which point the mother decides that she has better things to do with her time than changing diapers, and serves the 2-year-old with an eviction notice. The young is now on its own and has to face the unforgiving jurisdiction of the animal kingdom. But it might just be fine on its own because as a young adult, the cheetah is not only the fastest land animal in the world, but also the fastest in recorded history. Every single fiber of its anatomy is meticulously and cautiously designed for speed. Elongated body, long and thin paws, semi-retractable claws allowing efficient mobility on the ground. They're so outrageously fast in fact that they don't even bother hiding their presence to the prey before launching an attack. Unlike lions or tigers for instance, who hide behind bushes only to surprise you with a jaw stuck in all the wrong places. The cheetah on the other hand doesn't have much time for this kind of nonsense. It will just stand there in the open. You can almost hear it say, "Hi, how you doing?" right before chasing you into oblivion until it stops being funny. Its hunting success rate is at least 2 times better than that of a lion. Up to that point, it may seem that cheetahs have everything going for them, but they really don't. No predator alive is more disrespected than the spotted animal. It is fast, sure, but that's all it does. It gets reality checked by nearly all animals roaming around the planet, even gazelles. And you'll find it virtually impossible to recover from the catastrophic loss of street credibility after all beasts and men in the land witnessed you being manhandled by a f***ing gazelle. The bigger beasts know for a fact that the cheetah is fast but relatively weak, great at catching stuff but at keeping it safe, which is why they casually tax its hard-earned food. Everyone steals from the cheetah. Leopards, hyenas, wild dogs, and even vultures. Keep in mind that vultures usually prey on dead animals because they want no business with the living. But when they see a living kicking cheetah, they say, you know what, we'll make an exception for this time around. The fast mammal is rather small and has a grossly unconvincing roar compared to that of the others. This is a tragedy of unmatched proportions. During hunting expeditions, all it can afford really are small games like the Thompson's gazelle, who is only slightly slower than the cheetah. The sentence for thinking about larger games like the buffalo is instant execution. To top it all off, the speed of the animal comes at a great cost. It can only run at full speed for about 30 seconds, after which its body will be burnt out so badly that it might need to rest for an hour before running again. Whether you're a carnivore or a prey, the wild animal world remains an unforgiving, desolate, merciless environment. For all its faults, the cheetah manages to live a long and prosperous life in the African savanna.